What's up, guys? Pedro here, and on this video we're going to be making a 3-tier planter box just like this one right here, coming up right after this. Welcome back. If we're just meeting, my name is Pedro, and on this channel we like to share recipes from our family and friends, and sometimes we just like to have fun. Today is one of those days. So my wife was shopping on the internet the other day. It's a scary thought. But so she found this planter box. It's a 3-tier planter box. And she said, Pedro can build that. And Pedro said, yes, I can. Especially when I saw the price. It was $579 for this thing. I said, oh no, I can build that, baby. So I just want to say right off the bat, please forgive the audio. It's noisy out here. It's a beautiful day. The neighbors are out, the kids are out. There's a lot of screaming going on. There's a lot of working in the yard going on. So please forgive the audio. So first thing I want to do is tell you the material list. Okay, so the material list is pretty small. You got 3 2x4s, 8 feet long, and you got 7 deck boards, 8 feet long. Then you have 1 box of 3-inch screws and 1 box of 2-inch screws. And these are exterior screws, and you guys know I like the ones with the torque head on them. They don't strip out like the Phillips head do. And these are coated as well to protect from the elements, of course, outdoors, but also the chemicals in the pressure treated wood, because this is pressure treated wood. So if you're going to plant vegetables in it, make sure you line it with plastic if you're concerned about that. These are going to be for flowers, but I'll probably put plastic in it anyways, just in case, because I'm going to build another one for me. This planter is essentially 3 different boxes just screwed together. First, we're going to build what I call the corner box, the tallest one. We're going to go ahead and cut the legs first at 28 inches using the 2x4s. Okay, so we cut 4 legs at 28 inches. We're getting ready to cut 8 legs at 17 inches. Okay, now that we have the legs cut, it's time to cut the sides. Okay, so I'm going to cut the fronts and backs at 16 inches, and I'm going to cut the sides at 18 inches because I'm going to do a butt joint. I'll show you in a few minutes what I'm talking about. Attach the 16-inch pieces, front, back, sides, whatever you want to call them. These are the 16-inch pieces. We're going to attach them to the legs like so, trying to keep it as square as you can. We're going to be using the 2-inch screws to screw the sides or front or back or whatever you want to call it to the legs. Okay, so this is what the side pieces are in, or front and backs, whatever you want to call them. These are the shorter pieces, the 16-inch pieces. This is what they look like. Now we're getting ready to put the 18-inch pieces, attach them on the other side. Okay, so I've lined the 18-inch piece up and try to get it flush with this right here on the top. And I'm going to go ahead and screw this on here, and then I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so there's the corner box, minus the bottom, of course. Now we'll just make the longer box going out that side and the longer box coming out this side and attach them. And we're good to go. About the different sizes I was talking about earlier, you got your 16-inch piece on this side here, which fits inside of the 18-inch pieces here and here. So that's an 18-inch piece. These are an inch thick. So I had to cut this one 2 inches shorter because it's an inch there and an inch here. That's why these are 16 inches and these are 18 inches to make it square. Okay, so originally I was going to do the 2 side boxes 3 feet long, but I've changed my mind. I started looking at it on the deck and everything, and 3 feet is just too long. So I'm going to make them 2 feet long. So let's get the side boxes done. Okay, I've already cut the end pieces at 16 inches. I'm going to cut the side pieces now at 24 inches. Okay, so I'm going to attach the 16-inch ends just like I did the first time. I'm going to put it flush with the legs. I'll do the top one first, probably on both sides, and then attach the sides to it. Okay, so I've cut the end pieces at 16 inches long and the side pieces at 24 inches long. And these leg pieces are 17 inches long. So I'm going to put this other box together that goes over here on this side, and then I'm going to put the floors in them, and then I'm going to screw them together. Okay, now it's time to build the bottoms, and what I'm going to do is cut some wood and put it some strips and put it along here, along the edges here on the bottom, so that the pieces I cut for the bottom will rest on it. It'll be a little tricky because I have the legs on the inside, where the last box I built, the legs were on the outside, so it was so much easier. But it won't be too bad. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this box what I'm going to do with the strips of wood to hold the flooring up. And I'm going to do the same for all 3 boxes. I'm going to measure inside right here, here to here. That is 19 inches. I'm going to cut it just a little shy. So I'm going to cut it at 18 7/8 right there for the strip that's going to go along here. 18 7/8, and then I'm going to cut a short little strip right here, and that's going to be 9 inches. So 18 7/8 for the strip that goes along here, and I'm going to have to cut 2 for this box and 2 for this other one, the same size. Hopefully I'll measure them to make sure though, and 9 inches for the short ones on either side here. And then what I'm going to do is cut these another piece of the decking board to fit in the flooring, but I'm gonna have to cut a notch out for the legs on this piece. Then I should have one full piece going in the middle, and then I'll have to cut another piece over here with the notch cut out for the legs on both sides. Baxter, come here. Baxter, come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Say hey. Come here. Oh, you're getting excited. Come here. Sit. Good. Sit. Shake. Oh, good shake. Come on. Okay, just to explain a little better, what I did was I took a pressure treated 2x4 and I ripped it straight up the middle of the 2x4, and then I cut it to length, which was 18 7/8 for the long one and 9 inches for the short one, and I screwed it from the outside. I put a couple screws in it to create, so it creates a lip for the bottom pieces to sit on, and I'll put those bottom pieces in and put some holes in them so the excess water can drain out, and we'll attach the side pieces to the middle once we get all the bottoms in, and we're ready for dirt in a few minutes. So I'm going to the full length first is 22 inches. That's 22 inches full length. Now, since I'm using a full width board, I'm going to measure from this side to here. It's almost exactly 3.5, but I'm going to cut it a little bit further. I'm going to cut it 3 5/8. 3 5/8 inches, just to give me a little space, because it's not going to hurt to have a little space. It'll help the water drain out, any excess water drain out when you water it. Let's see, it is 1 5/8 this direction, 1 5/8 this direction. So I'm going to cut it 3 5/8 this direction and 1 5/8 this direction. Cut the notch out here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side over here. On a 22 inch long piece, and that should fit in there pretty nicely. Well, let's cut it and see. Okay, so the length of these was 22 inches. These two pieces, I got to cut one more here, 22 inches, and then cut the notch out for the legs. The only difference with this last piece is I'm going to have to rip it too. Let's see. I'm going to have to cut an inch off. I'm going to have to rip an inch off the side so that it'll fit down in there. Okay, so I ripped just a little over an inch, about 1 1/16 off the edge of this board. Now I'm going to measure for my notches and cut those. Oh yeah, that fits good. Okay, I'm just going to drill a few holes in the bottom for excess water to drain out in case it rains real hard, or my wife overwaters her plants, the water will just drain through the holes. I'm gonna put 1/2 inch holes, but because I'm just a little OCD, I made a little template, and I'm gonna mark where I'm gonna put my holes before I drill them. Put a little pilot hole in there. I'm gonna put 4 holes in each board. Not completely OCD, just a little. That was the pilot hole. Now I got a 1/2 inch bit. I've got the bottom done for this one. I'm going to do the same for the other 2. I'll make those little pieces that go on the bottom there where the bottom sets. And you don't even have to screw the bottom in because it just sits in there nice. Okay, so I just discovered a mistake that I made. When I designed this and did the math and everything, I figured for these boxes to actually attach on the outside, these two boxes to attach on the outside of these, not to go underneath it. So what I'm going to do is cut one more layer of these, the sides and end pieces, and just go down one more layer to make it 3 instead of just 2, and then I'll screw these 2 boxes into that. But it's looking good, I think. I think it's going to come out good. Okay, so I had to move indoors because it started raining. I went ahead and cut the bottom for the middle or corner box, and I've got one more side box to build the floor for. Coming out good. And here she is, complete. Now it's time to fill it with dirt and let Stacy do her magic. I decided not to put plastic in this one, but I got all the holes drilled in the bottom of each one. Now I decided not to screw these together to make it where I can move it easily if I decide I want to move it. But if you wanted to screw them together, you probably want to put one more layer of these here on each side here so that you could screw it to it. Okay, so I'm getting ready to fill it with dirt so my wife can plant some flowers in it. I'm excited. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty simple. Like I said, essentially it's just 3 boxes and you put them together in the corner. And I've got 2 other corners that I think I might build one for.
Oh, 1 margarita, 2 margaritas, 3 margaritas shot. Baxter, what are you doing?
Okay, and this is what it looks like after Stacy does her magic. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit the like button and share it if you're so inclined. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Until next time, God bless. Y'all take care.